The day begins with you. Before anything else happens today, before a message arrives, before a meeting starts, before the world demands something of you, pause. In this quiet, first moment, remember this one truth. You are the anchor. The outside world cannot pull you under unless you release your own grip on stability. Marcus Aurelius began many of his days by reminding himself not to expect a peaceful world, but to train for a steady mind. It wasn't the storms that broke a man, he wrote, but his decision to surrender to them. And so, you start the morning not by hoping for ease, but by choosing clarity. You were not born to be ruled by opinions, moods, or trends. The noise is not the master. You are. So as you prepare for what lies ahead, ask yourself, will I let the world dictate the rhythm of my soul, or will I remain rooted in who I choose to be? Because storms may come. But you decide if they find shelter in you. Today, let stillness be your first action. Today, let sovereignty over your mind be your greatest achievement. The world can shout, but it is your choice to listen. The world can shake, but it is your choice to stand. Unshaken by circumstances. What makes a person unshakable isn't luck, or ease, or external strength. It is a deep commitment to remain anchored no matter how high the waves rise. When you open your eyes this morning, you're not just waking up to a new day. You're stepping into a battlefield of emotions, decisions, and distractions. And you must ask yourself, will you allow the world to dictate how you feel, or will you choose to remain unshaken? Marcus Aurelius reminds us again and again that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. That means that if you allow bitterness, fear, or doubt to seep into your mind, your spirit begins to reflect that. But the opposite is also true. If you guard your thoughts and stay rooted in truth, peace, and courage, then no insult, no news headline, no failure, no rejection can define your day. Consider how much of your stress comes not from the actual events, but from your reaction to them. You lose your keys and frustration flares. You receive criticism and shame creeps in. Someone ignores your message and suddenly your worth feels questioned. But what if, today, you just stopped handing out that power? What if you reclaimed it, moment by moment? Stoicism is not indifference. It's not pretending things don't hurt. It's understanding that pain is real, but your response is your own. Your inner world doesn't have to mirror the chaos of the outside world. You are not required to panic just because others do. You are not obligated to spiral just because something went wrong. You are the one who decides if the storm gets inside you. You are the one who decides if the world will shake you or not. And sometimes the greatest strength is quiet. A deep breath, a soft word, a refusal to react until your peace has spoken louder than your panic. That is power. So, today, let the world do what it will. Let the noise rise. Let the temptations knock. Let the triggers flash across your path. And you stay grounded, still, present, anchored in values, unmoved by storms. You cannot control the world's storms, but you can choose where to anchor your soul. If your anchor is in the opinions of others, you'll drift. If it's in temporary achievements, you'll tremble when they're gone. But if it is in your values, honor, kindness, resilience, and truth, you become unshakable. Marcus Aurelius didn't write to please an audience. He wrote to strengthen his character. Each page was a mirror. Is this who I truly want to be? He knew empires rise and fall, but the integrity of a single soul is a fortress no power can breach. So when the world pushes, do not push back in anger. Stand still in clarity. When someone criticizes, ask, is there truth in this? If yes, improve. If not, dismiss it as you would smoke in the wind. Let your mornings begin not with chaos, but with clarity. Not with chasing, but choosing. You are the one who decides what matters today. You are the one who decides what enters your mind and what stays out. It's not about being emotionless. It's about choosing not to let emotion dictate your path. Anger may visit, doubt may knock, but you don't have to open the door. You can nod, acknowledge, and let it pass. like clouds across a steady sky. The world may swirl around you, but within you, peace can reign if you place your attention there. Let intention, not impulse, shape the day. Every day begins like a sculptor's block, formless, full of potential, and you are the sculptor. But here's the danger. If you don't carve your day with intention, the world will do it for you. Notifications will chisel your attention. Others' moods will paint over your peace. An impulse will rush to shape what discipline could have refined. Marcus Aurelius started his mornings reminding himself, there will be people who lie, cheat, hurt, misunderstand, but none of that touches who I am unless I let it. This wasn't pessimism. It was preparation. He wasn't surrendering to chaos. He was deciding not to be surprised by it. Your power lies in preparation, in setting your emotional tone before the world has a chance to. Instead of asking, what will happen today, ask, how will I respond to whatever happens? Instead of hoping the day is calm, decide to be calm regardless. Instead of avoiding discomfort, welcome growth. You were not made to be at the mercy of circumstance. You were made to meet it with composure, to sculpt it into something worthy of your values. So take a breath. Step into this day, not as a reactor, but as an initiator. Don't let the first voice you hear be the world's. Let it be your own, your wise, clear, anchored voice that says, I know who I am. I know what matters. And that is how I will live today. Real strength is remaining calm when you could be reactive. There will be moments today, maybe within the next hour, when someone will test your patience. A delay, a tone of voice, a situation that seems unfair or careless. And the old reflex may rise, irritation, defensiveness, anxiety. But pause. Right here, right now, let's rehearse the power of stillness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, when you wake each morning, tell yourself, I will meet with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. But I cannot be harmed by them. Why? Because these things exist outside of you. They do not have your permission to define your state of mind, unless you hand over the keys. That pause between stimulus and response, that is your fortress. It's where dignity lives. It's where wisdom whispers. You don't need to attend every emotional fire that someone else starts. The one who remains calm is not weak. They are masterful. They are trained. They are unshakable. So the next time you're about to react, try something radical. Smile, breathe, stay silent. Not because you're suppressing, but because you're choosing not to let chaos enter your bloodstream. You were born with the ability to remain calm in a storm. You don't need to prove anything. Just return to what you already are underneath all the noise. Steady, clear, free. You've already won the first battle. Awareness. The truth is, if you're here, listening, calm, open, reflective, you've already won the first and most important battle of the day. Because the real enemy isn't the world outside. It's the unconscious mind, rushing, reacting, repeating. It's the autopilot that steals your clarity before you've had a chance to think. But you didn't let that happen today. You showed up. You paused. You remembered that how you respond is always stronger than what happens to you. Marcus Aurelius would have admired that, not for pride, but for practice, for resilience, for mastery of the self. So now, as you walk into your day, don't aim to control every outcome. Aim to control your presence in every moment. The world may still test you, but it can't shake you, not unless you give it permission. Hold fast to your calm like a shield. Speak less. Observe more. Respond only when needed. And above all, remember, you are not here to react like everyone else. You are here to walk through the day like a calm flame, steady, grounded, and full of quiet power. Let that be your philosophy in action. Let that be the gift you carry into the world.